Hey guys, Steve with Fly Drones. I've got one more video coming at you here. We're going to talk about silencing the DJI Mavic remote controller. Do you hate the beeping of the Mavic RC? For me particularly, when I lose signal, return to home kicks in and it goes beep beep, beep beep, beep beep. I call that the heart attack noise. I wish we could disable that via DJI Go. We can't, so Yon2642, a member of the community, has made one. That's an app that does this. So basically it's shareware. You can use it for free or you can buy it for €5. It's worth it if you do shareware. It says shareware on it. If you do the paid one, it removes that. So here's a couple examples. This is the stock remote controller, just turning it on. You can see it does the startup noises when we power it up, power it down. So the tool that we're going to look at will actually give us the ability to completely silent that as well as return to home. Here's a quick look at the shareware or the free version. This has what the author calls an annoying startup beep. I actually kind of like it, to be honest. It's not bad, or maybe it's just different. But it'll say shareware rather than connecting, and it'll give you those startup tunes. So that's the free version. Should you decide to go ahead and give the $5 or the €5 over to Jan, then this is what you'll see in your experience. If you power it up, power it down, it's going to be completely silent. This is like the ninja version of having a DJI Mavic remote. I really like it being silent, so I wanted to make a video and showcase that to you guys. Think it's really nice. Let's take a look here really quick at the before and after of return to home. Again, I call this the heart attack beep. So I've got my Mavic about half a mile out. Go ahead and push the return to home button. You can hear that the tablet says going home, and then the beeping. That's all the remote control. And so what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of that with no drilling required. So here's the after. This is return to home with it being silented. These were different flights, so there's no audio trickery or anything here. This is actually the remote control being completely silent as go home or return to home kicks in. So the end result is it's nice and quiet. You then have a silent remote control. So go to dufo.be/silencio, and then go ahead and download the file, extract it, and run it. Ignore Windows or any antivirus prompts. I think it's a new file. I found that Windows didn't like it, but I've talked to the author. I know this is a legit, trusted app, so feel free to run it. So extract it, double-click the executable. It'll open up. Before you do anything else, go ahead and plug in your remote control to the computer and then power it on in that order only. Give it about 10 seconds and then push the connect button. The way that this works is we got to pick the stock firmware file to patch, and then we update the remote control. If you don't have the stock update file, go ahead and use the Dank Downloader tool. If you're not familiar with this, check out the Dank Downloader tool. You can download pretty much any firmware that DJI has ever released. The new stuff, the Mavic, the P4, the Inspire 2, the old stuff, the P3, Inspire 1. They've got A3, N3 controllers. They've got everything in here, so it's a great tool. So use Dank Downloader to download that file, put it on the desktop, and then come back over here and go ahead and navigate to that file or choose to open it. And then you'll see a couple options open up down below. You can flash back to the original firmware, which if you ever need to revert back, you can do that. Or you can go ahead and choose the second option, which allows us to get rid of some of the sounds. Again, this being the shareware version, what it's going to do is it's going to keep those two startup noises we talked about earlier, but return to home will still be completely silent. So this is the flashing process. It's pretty quick and easy. Author did a really good job of making it just very, very simple, so you really can't get yourself into any troubles. I'll go ahead and do a quick video here so you can see what the remote control looks like with the tool. So there's the remote control. I hit flash. The tool does its things. You'll see here that the main screen on the remote control turns off. The power button starts to blink. On, off, on, off. You can see the flash in progress in the background there. It goes pretty quick, actually. It doesn't even take a whole minute. Once that's done, the remote control is going to reboot and it'll come back up. So that was the shareware version. Let's go ahead and buy it. I definitely recommend giving the €5 over to Jan. It's definitely worth it. It uses a PayPal experience. It cost me €4.99. That's really not too bad. So once you've bought it, go ahead and go back to the app, push connect again. It'll actually refresh it. It'll talk to a server. and it'll validate that you've got a full version. So at that point, you can choose the option for silence all RC sounds. Patching process is pretty much the same, but your end result, again, is going to be a completely silent remote control. I thought in the video I would do both of the experiences, the shareware version as well as the full paid one. Again, the shareware version it works just fine. You get those startup sounds, and it says shareware. It doesn't cripple you or anything. You're going to work just fine. But throw the $5 at Jan. I definitely recommend it. He's a good guy. Seems like a good member of the community. We always want to support that. So, all right. So you're basically done. You can always restore back to stock if you want. You don't have to, but it's pretty straightforward. And definitely make sure to check out Slack or the Modding Lounge over at Facebook and talk to some of the guys that are more in it for Q&A. Thanks.